Good morning all. Today is Wednesday the 29th of May 2024. I'm about to leave Tarragona on my way to Valencia. It's another long drive, 2 3/4 hours, and over 200 kilometres of motorway. So like yesterday, it might be difficult to find out any bits of interest, but we'll see how we get on. Speak to you later. We're on the motorway. We've got mountains in the distant haze, as it's another beautiful sunlit warm day again today. Not so distant now, and certainly not hazy. As I said yesterday, there's definitely a lot more commercial traffic up this way. Twice or 3 times what we normally see down in good old Andalusia. Looks promising, might have some mountains to go through. It's the first thing that's been half interesting in the last 130 kilometres. Wow, there's a big fire, all the bushes are on fire. We're passing a place called Benicassim. This is where they have a massive music festival every year. The landscape's beginning to change now, which is a nice thing. I'm fed up of flat and boring. That's Valencia in the distance. This is me in the outskirts of a place called Puig, which is about a 15 minutes drive from Valencia, because this is where I've chosen to stay as opposed to take on the third biggest city in Spain. I have parked up outside the hotel, but I have 2 hours before I can check in, so I'm having a little walkabout. The first thing I come across is this big building here, the chimney, big chimney. Which, if it's the chimney, would make you think there must have been some sort of factory here, or it could just be the town hall or something. I'll go and find out and bring you up to date. This is where I'm standing at the moment, in the Placa del Cant Valencia del Puig, just in case you can't read it. Anyway, let's find what this building's called, because this is round the side here. I was just about to go around the corner to see the front of that big building when I looked at the chimney again. It has got a bend towards the top, hasn't it? It's not my eyes, and standing here in front of it, it definitely has a curve at the top. See, how wrong can you be? Putting 2 together and coming up with 7, just because you see a chimney. Standing in front of the building now, I'm just looking down at this little notice here that tells me that this is the monastery of Santa Maria del Puig, and it was declared a National Historic Artistic Monument in 1969. It was in 1237 when King Jaime I, St James, ordered the construction of the church on the very same spot where Father Nolasco had recently found an image of the Virgin Mary under a bell. You won't believe it, would you? Its construction was completed in 1240 and the church was then entrusted to the Order of Mercy, although it was not until 1588 when the construction of the impressive monastery began. So there you go. History and everything all together. It's a nice building, I'll give it that. And it's big and quite long. I'm just going through the steps at the side of it. It's a little bit of gardens, which is, gives a bit of cover, because it's 27 degrees at the moment. Anyway, let's see what happens when we get to the corner. I'll turn you back on then. You just missed the bells ringing then. Anyway, this is where we are on the corner. This is what you get. And I guess this must be the magnificent main entrance. There's lots of steps up to a big door, and that usually means one thing, doesn't it? That it's the main entrance. So there we go. There we go. And just to prove there's lots of steps, when I turn round, there's even more steps if you want to come up from that way. Mind you, I might go down that way, it's always a lot easier, isn't it? Bye again. Oh, I'm going to go over there next, that hill thing. Well, there was a lot of steps. I'm glad I was coming down because I counted 72 and I'm not sure I might not have missed a couple out. Anyway, there's another bit of history printed here, so you might as well have that because it actually reflects on something we saw yesterday in the video. It says, it is the oldest part of the complex. The church that King Jaime James I built became too small for the thousands of pilgrims to worship the patron virgin of Valencia. So in 1300, Admiral Roger de Laura, whose statue and monument we saw yesterday in Tarragona, ordered the construction of the current Gothic church, which was completed in 1340. Don't ever say to me that I'm letting you miss out on things. I changed the setting and put my hand in the way, so if you see some fingers, at least it's giving you a little bit better of a look at what that looks like. There you go, you saw some fingers then. Well, it appears to be a bit of a scruffy, rocky outcrop. You can see the white path going up there to the top. It's burnt dry because we're in that part of the country where we don't get a lot of rain. It doesn't look very interesting from here. You can see the back of the monastery over there. Anyway, let me get to the top, and when I get my breath back, I might record something. As I've got to the top of the hill, over there where the tall buildings are, over there where the tall buildings are, is the beach. And then obviously the holiday apartments, I would imagine. It's like an outdoor probably. Different view of the monastery. As far as you can see, buildings. And would you believe, what's the building at the top up here? There, it's a school. This is a postcard. Anyway, there we go, just take it back round. And I thank you. And after all the buildings on the other side of the building, here we have lots and lots of fields stretching out before us. Bridge over the railway, a little cross over there, and there is a stone here commemorating something to do with the patron saint of here, Puig, on the 9th of October 54, but it is a bit worn away. This is the Puig de Santa Maria, and I've walked all the way hill, and apparently it's sited at the top of what they call a mountain. It's just a big hill really, and I'm not going to read all the big thing out to you. Nearly tripped over the root on the tree then, because we're in a bit of a forest here, as you can see. I'm not going to read it all out to you because it's all there. There you go. There you go, if you can read that. See if I can bring it a bit closer without it going out of focus. And for those of you that don't want to read it, it says it just is St Barbara Chapel within the St Barbara Mountain in the middle of the town. It's covered in rudimentary, minute masonry and capped by a bell-shaped pyramidal dome of tiles. The chapel was built in the 18th century to honour the patron saint of farmers. There you go. Sorry about the noises in the background. Here is part of the forest on the mountain. Just thought I'd show you that, as if you need any more trees. But you can see how arid, how dry it is here compared to lots of the places we've been to on this trip. And I don't know, there's a bit of old wall on here that I'm coming to. I can only guess it's the remains of some hilltop, mountaintop, fort, or whatever was here. Unfortunately, I can't find the sign to read to you. Aren't you lucky? But there we go, that's it. It's obviously served a purpose of some sort, but what? I do not know. Right, it's that time of the day when I have to go and find that first beer. Bye! Well, there it is, everyone. The first beer of the day in a nice iced glass. A beer I've not tried before. I think it might be some sort of malt beer, reading the label. As you can probably tell from that car that went past, I'm almost sitting at the side of the road. But just to wrap up the day, the videos I've just finished taking, by the way, according to the map I got from the tourist office, you've seen everything that they would want the tourists to visit and see. So that's that. That means that the next couple of days everything will probably be Valencia. In fact, I know it'll be Valencia. Anyway, journey today. Yeah, it was like several that I've done over this last week. It's been long and boring, and long and boring, as you will pick up from the comments I've made on the vids. But it was a nice easy drive. The road system over here is fantastic, as is the speed limits, as is the lack of traffic, apart from all them commercial vehicles. But it's just a pleasure to drive. Anyway, that's how I got here. It was a nice place. I've got a nice hotel, just off the main drag, shall we say, so it's reasonably quiet. And I'm looking forward to the next few days. The beach is about 2 kilometres away, 2.5 kilometres away, but I'll be driving to that. I think I've done enough walking, and I think it will probably be Sunday, no, it's Thursday tomorrow, so it'll probably be Saturday when I get to there. Anyway, stay in touch.